Welcome everyone. Welcome to Stamp and Chat Live. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. Today we're going to have some fun because we are going to be making a card with the brand new Hello Lovely card kit. And we are going to be using a background stamp and a stencil, and I'm going to show you a fun way to use the Master Layouts 4 die set. That was one that I featured about a week ago. I'm going to be using that again, the heart feature in that, and I'm going to show you a fun way to use it the opposite way to create a really neat frame. So with that in mind, before we get started, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Happy crafternoon, everybody.
How are you?
I am better than horrible. So, I have to ask, Gina.
Yeah.
Gina K.
Yes.
Is it fun for you when you get a brand spanking new kit?
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is so much fun. Yeah, it's so much fun because there's so many possibilities. You know, we do these kits, and you know, I go live twice a week, sometimes do the 5-minute cards or the shorts and reels. And I'll tell you, after, you know, 8 or 9 videos using the same kit, kind of ready for something new. It's not that I don't go back to these stamp sets all the time, but it is always fun.
Yeah, seems like you've been really at it over there.
Yes. Well, I'm going to be using the coffee critters today.
All right.
Yeah, so let's do it. All right, so yesterday I watched Kathy Zilski's live, and she used the coffee critters, and it was so cute, and it just made me want to use coffee critters too. Of course, I am going to use the bear. She used the bear. I think I'm going to use the fox too, and I might use the llama, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to be stamping at least these two, and then I'm going to be die cutting them out. I'm probably going to use one of the extra little cups here. I'll probably use this one because this one's black, and I guess I want them to match. And then I'm not sure what greeting. I was actually thinking of mixing in the hello friend from the Modern Floral, or love you friend, best friend, something like that. But then I'm also really digging this life is better with friends. So I'm not sure yet. You know, the one thing about me is, you know, that I don't plan. I very rarely plan. I might plan to show a technique, but even then I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work out. And you know, so I like to just fly by the seat of my pants. So you're coming with me. All right. So I'm going to start out with a piece of cardstock here that measures 4¼ inches by 5½. And I am going to use our brand new close knit background stamp. I love this stamp. I'm telling you, this is just one of those that's never going to leave my desk, I think. To me, this is as versatile as the Swiss Dot embossing folder or, you know, the Petite Flourish. It's just one of those that goes with everything. And I'm going to use the soft stone ink because I really do feel like it is a, I don't know, it just really looks like a sweater. It looks soft, but it's not overpowering. Now you could also do this with Craft or Sandy Beach, but I'm going to do the soft stone again, and I'm going to do horizontal this time, so I need to definitely ink up a little bit more of this background stamp than I did the other day on Tuesday night. The background stamps in clear, they work really nicely. I'm very impressed with the quality. You know, we've always had our background stamps in rubber. They're very difficult to get these days. And so I thought, okay, well, we're going to try it this way. This is the way I do it, though. I actually put the background stamp down on its back. I ink it up, and then I put the cardstock on top. Then I put another piece of paper on top, and I rub it all over to make sure that the entire piece of cardstock makes contact with the stamp. And I feel like that's one way to get it to work a little bit better. Even with big red rubber backgrounds, I do it this way. It's just too big of a stamp to handle. Even with the Misty, I feel like this just works so much more easily. Okay, looking good. That's exactly what I wanted, that nice soft background. Okay, I'm going to clean this quickly. Let's just clean that. Now, if you want to stamp more than once, with your background stamp. Like you really want it deep and dark and you're using a dark color. You don't want it to be so light and, you know, kind of fine detailed. Then by all means, use your MISTI. Put it on the MISTI, get your cardstock secured, and then you can stamp it 3 or 4 times to really get it completely solid. But, you know, if you're just doing this nice soft background, you want it to look like a sweater, I would definitely do it the way I just showed you. Okay. The incentive dies, what are the incentive dies? Well, we have an incentive set. This is our incentive set. With any $75 or more purchase, you get this set for free. It's called Wonderfully Made. And then we have a coordinating die set for it that you can purchase separately if you want. So that might be what you're thinking of. Okay, so I got that pretty straight. Now the next thing I'm going to do is get my master layouts for die set. And this is the one. Let me just show you the card that I had made with it. I had featured this die set with this card using that heart, and you can see how cute that is up there as a topper, and the way it opens, it doesn't bend anything. So I had made this card last week, I believe, and featured master layouts for. So this was sitting here on my tabletop this morning, and I thought I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to get those heart dies out of there. I have 2 sets here because I have one to show and one to use. And here is the outline die. Now what we're going to do here is we're actually going to cut this out with the bigger die. Okay, so we're going to cut this. I'm going to cut it first and then I'm going to cut around the outside. I hope that makes sense. So let me get my die cutting machine. I have a plan here. Okay, so I've got the die cutting machine here. And I'm going to get a little bit of masking magic to tack this down. So I'm going to put this in the center. This is definitely going to be a horizontal card instead of a vertical card. And I'm going to use a piece of masking magic strips to tack this down. And just to make it a little bit easy, I'm going to line it up like along one of, let me just show you here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I want to show you how to make this really look straight and make it easy. So let me just zoom in a bit. Okay, so I'm going to line this up so that the point of my heart is on this line and the point down here is on the same line. Does that make sense? So I am going to pull it down a little bit more so it's more centered, but that's the way I can make sure that the heart is going to be straight when I cut it. Okay. I think that's going to look good. All right, let's give it our best. Here we go. And welcome everyone. Okay, now I'm going to back out a little because this is just like too close. Okay, so that should have cut out nicely, and it did. Now what's fun about this, because it's got that nice sweater pattern, I'm going to just save that because I can cut a black background or I can just pop this on a card. I guess I can't really cut a black background because I used the largest one. I guess I could fussy cut, but this would be really cute for another card. So there's no need to throw that away. Okay, now I'm going to get master layouts 2, I believe. Let's see if that fits. And if you don't want to use master layouts 2 for this, you can just cut this with your paper cutter. But I'm going to do it with master layouts 2. I'm going to try to get it to all fit properly here. It's going to be a little tight. All right, I'm going to move up to master layouts 1. This is why I love having these dies that are different sizes, because it does really help when you're trying to execute a nice layout. You might need something that's just a little bigger or a little smaller. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Now I'm going to kind of look side to side here. And I'm kind of lining it up so that, can you see how this row over here on each side looks fairly even? And then I'm going to slide it down just a little bit. And I think that's going to look pretty good. There we go. That's going to look pretty straight. So again, I got to tack this down so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Oops, that didn't stay tacked down. As long as it's tacked down onto the paper. I think I'm just going to do this just to be safe so it doesn't move. Okay. Now I'm going to send that through the die cutting machine. And if you're cutting this by hand, this one would measure 3 3/4 of an inch by 5 inches. I think I have my die cutting wheel up a little high on this. I don't need it to push that hard. Okay, so this looks pretty good and pretty straight. There we go. So we created our heart, and I think it looks pretty centered. So now I am going to, that would be really nice for something else too, like a pretty picture frame, wouldn't it? I'm keeping that. Keeping everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut another one of the master layouts, same size, master layouts 1. I could even cut this a little bit smaller, cut it with master layouts 2, but I'll just cut it the same size. It'll be easy to do, just of a white piece. Because this is going to go behind the heart. All right, this is the same exact die.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do you know the width of the opening of the intercut? Will a 6 1/8 embossing folder fit through the opening?
Yes, it sure will. Yes. They call it a 6-inch opening, but most die cutting machines that are 6-inch openings are a little bit more than 6 inches to fit those embossing folders in there. I believe our embossing, let me see how big our embossing folders are. Oh no, they're a little bit smaller. Yeah, it should fit with no problem because it is wider than 6. This is a 6-inch plate, and you see I can get in there. So, all right, now I'm going to cut the larger die from Master Layouts using the larger, using black cardstock. I need a piece of black cardstock. Okay, let me cut this down. I told you guys that sometimes our cardstock, a little bit of it comes damaged, and that's the cardstock that I get all the time. I get the damaged cardstock. If it has a dent in it or it has rabbit ear on the side, they give that to me. Let me loosen this up again to the regular. I don't need it to be that tight going through. There we go. If you have Master Layouts 2 or you have Master Layouts 1, I will give you a hint that in February we have a coordinating Master Layouts die set coming that's going to fit both of those. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then this is going to go on top, so I think that's going to fit really nicely. Okay, now I need another piece of black cardstock. And I am going to cut out the other heart, the smaller heart from the Master Layouts 4 die set. I should be flipping my plate. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to take it home. I'm going to throw it in my dishwasher tonight and see what that does, because, you know, the plates don't warp anywhere near as badly as the clear ones, but they do warp a little bit. So I want to throw it in the dishwasher and see what happens. Okay, so now I've got that nice edge. Just cleaning out any...
Couple quick questions.
Yeah.
Could you use a brayer to do the background stamp instead of your hand?
You can. It's just you get less pressure from a brayer than you do your hands, because you need your hands to press the brayer, and I find that using a brayer, I get less pressure. So you could certainly try it, but I don't know that you're going to have more success. You may end up having a little less success because you really got to press on the brayer, and that hurts my hand more than just, you know, rubbing my hand over a piece of cardstock. Okay, now I'm going to trim this down a little bit.
And do you make any master layout dies for 5x7 cards?
We do. Master Layouts 8 was designed for 5x7s. Okay, I just trimmed that down. I might have to trim it a little bit more. I want it to be smaller. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to create an inside frame. Look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? I love how that's going to just make the whole thing pop. But I still have to trim this down a little bit more on the top. I love that. So that's using master layouts backwards. So basically the small one is going behind the big one. But you're not using the actual pieces that you cut out. You're using the negative pieces. I don't even know where that piece went. I must have put it somewhere. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer these two pieces together. Yeah, you can use your Chucky tool or any kind of stamp press that you want. I'm just showing you the way that over the years I've discovered is the absolute easiest way for me to get a really nice background. So I'm going right around here. I guess I don't have to be, I'm not making a shaker card, so I don't know why I'm doing it that way, but I'm just going to make sure that it sticks really well. Okay, so now I am going to have to lean over this a little bit, but I think that looks pretty good. There we go. Look at that nice border. Isn't that nice? I think it makes such a difference. And now I'm changing my mind about this one that I cut out with Master Layouts 1. I'm going to cut it a little smaller. I feel like it's so close, and if I want to pop this up, it's going to just, you know, you're going to see too much of it. So I'm going to cut this down from 5 inches. I'm going to go way down to 4.5. And I think that'll still fit in there. And then I can't cut too much off this way, but I think I can cut maybe 1/8 of an inch off. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that'll work. And this way, it's not, there's no chance that it's going to stick out. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling, some soft stenciling. Let me put my dies away. I'm going to try to clean up a little bit so that I've been showing you guys what my desk looks like. And it's not that, you know, it's bad to have a messy desk, but I start to not be able to find anything, and then I have nowhere to go with my project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling with the Sea, Sun, and Sky stencil. I'm going to create some clouds. So I think I'm going to use a turquoise blending brush and some sea glass ink. All right, let's see here. Find my ink stand. And I'm going to just create clouds going down this whole thing. Oh, yay! A little fruit salad? I'd like to have a little fruit salad. All I have here is my apple juice. Could be white wine in there, though. That could be fruit salad. It's not, though. It's just apple juice. It's in case my blood sugar goes low. I'm so old. Okay, here we go. So I'm doing this mostly along the line of the clouds. So I'm going on the stencil and just letting those bristles trickle over the edge like that. I want it to be visible, but I don't want it to be like way too dark. Okay, and then I'm going to move this like over here. Like this. Okay, like that. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to sand that off. I think it's a little red ink that was on the side of this ink pad, but it happens. And don't forget, if you want it to look different, you can always flip the stencil over too. You can use both sides of the stencil, and that'll just give you a little bit of a different cloud pattern. I'm keeping it turned on its side because it's a little bit easier for me to use the stencil this way than holding it straight up and down. you can see what's happening here. I'm getting a really nice sky. No, I bet I'm older than you, Teresa. Okay. I have my ailments though, you know. I've got my stuff. I have to complain about it a little bit.
Deanna wants to know, Gina, have you ever winged it and had a disaster you wished wasn't live?
Oh, yes. Yes. Many times. Many times I have.
Live is live, though.
What's that?
Live is live,
Live
though,
is
right?
live. It's a commitment.
Just
When you
keep
go
moving.
live, you agree that whatever happens, happens. So, you know, yes, I have had disasters. I've thrown things, just throw them away, start over. Gosh, I've done that a lot, actually. Okay, and now just in case, you know, you see the bottom here, I am going to take that ink pad, that ink brush, and I'm going to just blend up so I have a little bit of that blue up in there. Make sure it looks pretty good. Okay, I think that looks good. That's a nice, hey Jennifer, that's a nice blend for a sky. Now, I've done these in the past where I've used orange. I don't think, oh yeah, let me just show you this one. I used orange on this one. See how you can make the sky look a little bit more sunny, where on this one, it just looks like clouds, okay? But I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. And now we can pop this over, and this is gonna be just a little cloudy sky back there. So the stencil that I just used is the Sea, Sun, and Sky stencil. One of my favorites. It's just a basic, you know, it's got this cloud kind of pattern for the sky. It's got this fun sun, and then here it's got a little bit kind of calmer look. You could use this as a sky, but you can also use it as water, so that's where the sea comes in. You could use it as just hills if you wanted to do grassy hills and things like that. Hey, Kathy Zilski. Got my other YouTuber friends here, along with everybody. This is awesome. Okay, now I am channeling my inner Kathy Zilski today because she did the absolute cutest card on her live yesterday. And I'm going to stamp some of those animals too. So, I'm going to stamp the bear, and I am going to stamp the little fox. And we might make the bear white the way Kathy did, and we might make the fox white too. So, you know, I'm finding that if you just take your time when you're stamping, and it's not a race, you know. This should be just enjoyable and relaxing. So if you just take your time, things come out better than when you're trying to rush through them. At least that's what I have found. Okay. So I'm going to try to stamp all of these together. And I am going to stamp this one. Now, you know what? I am going to, this is Life is Better with Friends and Coffee. I'm going to actually cut off. I know, don't scream at me. But I am actually going to cut off the end coffee. Okay, I'm just using my Simon Says Stamp scissors, and I'm cutting this off. If I want to stamp it together, I've got a perfect cut there. I can line them up on my MISTI or on my acrylic block, and I can stamp them together if I want. But I only want this part of the greeting. And the die will cut those greetings out separately anyway, so it's going to work. I know, everybody... I love to do stuff like that because it's okay, especially, you know, these clear stamps, they're high quality, nothing's going to happen to them, and you can still use them together if you want. I'm sorry if I gave... My stamps came up. I'm sorry if I gave anybody, like, heart palpitations on that, but, you know, had to do it. Now, the other thing that might look really cute if I have these little animals peeking out of the heart is to actually stamp that greeting up here. I think a smaller greeting might work better. I'm going to stamp this for now. I'm going to stamp it for now. And if we don't need it or we think we need to do something different, we'll do something different. But at least it'll be stamped and cut if I need it. Okay. All right. All right, I'm using black Onyx ink here. And Tom, if there's any questions, just shout them out to me. Okay, we're going to do a couple layers of the black Onyx. I have not stamped this set. Well, I've stamped it on my sample set when I tested it, but this is the one that I pulled out of the kit that I showed you on Tuesday night, so this one hasn't been conditioned. So it would have served me well to condition it a little bit, but, you know, a couple stampings isn't going to matter. Okay. Kathy, I just shared this morning your card that you made with this set yesterday on my Instagram. It's so cute. Okay. There we go. And if you want to see a beautiful technique, Jennifer McGuire showed a really beautiful technique using the kit as well on her YouTube channel. So check that out too. It's probably the last video on her, well, maybe not. I don't know. I think it is the last video on her YouTube channel. So, okay. So now I've got my images. They look good. They look stamped well. I feel good about it. So master layouts are dies that have all coordinating pieces so you can create card layouts. And they have all these pieces with shadow layers so you can layer them up together and get that tiny 1/8 of an inch border. It's actually a 1/16 of an inch once you get it on there. That one looks like 1/8 of an inch though. Most of them are, you know, once you get them on there, they're really, really nice thin border. And they also coordinate with each other so you can mix and match them. They're really fun. Okay, so I'm going to color these with Copic markers. And I liked what Kathy did yesterday with the shadow layer and the bear tummy. So I'm going to do that because I have some of those colors. But I was thinking for mine, I might go more with like a turquoise and maybe a bright green. I was also thinking of a turquoise and a red. So maybe I'll do the turquoise and the red because the red will be kind of cute with Valentine's Day coming up if this was going to be a Valentine's Day card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. I don't have the cool nibs that Kathy Zielski has. I can get them, but I don't have them. And I'm just going to color this scarf red. Nothing fancy. Just solid color here. I'm not a fancy colorer. I think we discussed this yesterday too. Got a little red in the steam, but that's all right. I'll just put a little gray in the steam. Okay. And then I'm going to color down this way. Now I could try to be a little fancy with my shading. Maybe. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to color this little heart in his mug too. Red. Okay. Let me see if I have a darker red here. This is strong red. It's a little darker, maybe. I'm going to go a little darker than that. This is carmine. See if that's, yeah, that's even a little darker. So maybe I'll just add a little dark on this side, like this. Just to add a little bit of shading. And then I'll go back with that other red, and I'll just kind of pull that color over. Just to create some shading. There we go. I think that looks okay. Now, this whole thing could be the darker color. See, I don't know what I'm looking at when it comes to shading and stuff like that, so I'm just going to do it my way. How's that? Now, I am going to take, let's see, this is C3. That's kind of dark. I don't have C2. I think Kathy might have used a 2 yesterday. This is N1. I'll use N1. And I'm going to see how like I have dark over here, so I'll just put dark like right along the side of him here. Like that. Just to create that little shadow. And then I'm also going to take that same marker and I'm going to kind of go under his scarf to create a little shadow from under the scarf. Now, I think he should have gloves. So I'm going to do his gloves in the red as well. So I'm going to use the same light red. It's not really light. It's bright. How's everybody doing? And then, I don't know, I'll just shade a little bit over on the side here. Coming in. Maybe I'll do a little down this way.
So a few viewers asked, you have something going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I do not.
Okay.
Jennifer and I were going to go live, but what we were going to go live with didn't make it in time. So we have moved our live to the end of the month. So we'll be sharing that later. Okay, now I'm going to use W1. This is that warm gray, and this is what Kathy did that I like. She kind of colored his face in this warmer color, but it kind of keeps the whole idea of the white bear intact. We could even go a little darker under here. I might do that. Yeah, we really wanted to go live, but you know, sometimes the world has a different plan for us. So that was W1. Now I'm going to use W3. This is that darker one. And again, I'm kind of going along the side here, getting that little shadow. And I'm going to darken underneath here a little bit. There we go. And I guess I should add a little shadow here. Maybe a little bit there. Okay. Should I come down his leg? No, I'm just gonna leave his little jacket like that. Because it is kind of like a little jacket he's wearing. Isn't that cute? We can go to 1 here. Just pull that color in a little. Okay, I think he's done. I think he's done. Now, we're going to do the same kind of thing, but I think I'll use this blue. This is called Coral Sea. That's pretty. I think I'm going to color his little hearts in here in blue. And then I'm going to color in his little sweater as well in this blue. He's so cute wearing a sweater. I don't know if I told you guys, but my daughter Alicia got a new puppy. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's a Keeshond. Most of us say Keeshond, but I learned from the breeder that they're called Keesons. And this dog is beautiful and so smart. I have a new grandpuppy to play with my little Mishi. Okay, I'm going to use a darker one here. I don't know if that's going to go. I don't think that's going to go. I don't have as many markers as I think I should. Here's one. This might work. Yeah, this will work. Because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just go a little bit darker on this side. This might be the same color, actually. Nope, it isn't. So this is supposed to be the darker one, but it does not look darker to me. And now I'm going to use that warm gray one to add a little color here on him. A little color to his tail. And I'm going to use the cool, or the neutral gray just down this side of his face, because the light's all coming in from the same side. Get a little Very good. Okay, so now we can cut these guys out. Let's see what they look like. They're not perfect, but they're better than horrible. And that's what we're going for. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these out using these dies. This is a big die set. This has a lot of dies in it. Oh, pink cheeks? Okay, maybe. Let me let that black dye ink just dry a little bit more so that I don't smear anything. And I also have to get these back on, put them on their magnet. Okay, so I think I could cut these out at the same time. Get this in place. And let's get some of this masking magic. What do I do with the rest of it? See, it doesn't take me long to lose everything on my desk. I think that sweater has dried now and it looks really nice and crisp. And then we need the little guy here. All right, Tom, I see people asking for the word of the day. Do you happen to have a word of the day? Hey, Mindy Egan. It's Egan. I found out it's Egan. Mindy Egan. I saw the 2 G's, Mindy, and I've always said your name Egan, and then I saw you say it one time, and I'm like, I'm saying it wrong, so I apologize. Okay, go ahead, Tom.
Okay, so word of the day.
Word of the day.
Related to, all right, so I know this is probably hard for you to imagine, but yeah, has there ever been a time where you wanted to do something and I just didn't want to go along for the ride or wasn't in the mood for, something going out? Probably it would have to do with maybe going out for a social event or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah? Hard to imagine, right?
No.
Okay, so that has to do with the word of the day. Today's word of the day, if I was just being a stick in the mud, I would be being a husband. Husband, not going with the program.
Not doing the fun stuff.
Not doing the fun stuff. Well, yeah, the wifey fun stuff. The wifey, maybe. So that's the word of the day, husband. Don't be a husband. For all you husband listeners out there. Both of you.
All right. Husband. Okay. Oh my gosh, our program almost froze on husband. Now, we could do this 2 ways. We could pop the heart up like this, and we could have them on the inside. Like this. We could even have them kind of like peeking out like that. Like a little angle there. Kind of like that. Oh, it's really cute, isn't it? Or we could have them standing on the outside of the heart like this, and then we could stamp the greeting right up here. So which way do you like? Do you like them on the inside or do you like them on the outside? Because I can pop them up out here. All right, now we gotta wait. Now, here's another thing. If we do them on the outside, I can do a little snow hill. But, oh, people like the inside. Oh, the inside is the winner. Look at that, on the inside. Okay. All right. Yeah, we could pop them up on the inside and then pop this up. Okay, we'll pop them up on the inside. So now we've got to make sure that we position them properly. And I think the way I'm going to do this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this here. Okay. And I am going to find a pencil. I don't know if I have a pencil. I might have a pencil. There's a pencil. And I think I'm going to do a super light line just here that I can erase if I want, but it's barely seen. But now I've got a little white line heart. You see that? See that? And this way I know if their legs are going to show, you know. I want to make sure that their legs don't show. And I kind of like them like leaning in toward each other. So then if I lay that heart right in the right spot, gotta get his legs out of there, make him a little lower. Like that. What do you think? I like it. I think he's cute. I think they're very cute. We could move him down and he could be a little straighter like this. Let's try that. Still gotta get him over this way a little bit more. Do you like him leaning in? I kind of like him that way because I think he might spill his coffee, you know? So let's make him straight. We'll make him like that. All right, now I'm gonna get my foam squares and I'm gonna put a little mark right up here where his head is. I'll get my mono sand eraser and get it off of the bear itself. Okay, this way I know how high I have to go up. Because I'm just not going to nail it again, you know. So I'm going to do 2 foam squares. I think I could probably go just right on that.
So we got a few requests for the wife version of that word, husband.
Oh no.
The version of the spouse who just isn't in the mood to go along with things of the other spouse.
Yeah, I've been that person.
So the word for that version would be wife.
Hey. Back in the dead space. Okay, I think that looks good. Right there. Yeah, I like that. Just put a little pencil mark right there so I know where his head is. And then we'll do 1 big foam square on his body, and I'll do a little foam square, maybe 2, on his head. This card is fun. Boo, Tom. You're getting booed. Okay. And then that is going to go like that. Now, I think we could put something right here, too. I feel like maybe we could put a heart or a cup. Or maybe we'll just leave it like that. They do look very happy, and they look very cute, like they're peeking. I think this one is just peeking.
The lights just dimmed a little in the dead space. What little I have.
Are you in trouble? So instead of using like a shaker strip kind of thing, I'm just going to go around with some of these foam squares because I don't want it to be super high, and the shaker strips are a little bit higher. So I'm just going to go around the heart so the heart doesn't collapse. Like this. And I'm keeping it away from too close to the edge. This way I don't have to deal with, you know, seeing it on the inside. And we'll do this. Okay. I'm going to trim this down too. This is, I don't know what I was thinking there, but... anything sticking out, just get rid of it. All right, and then this is going to go onto that pencil line, and I can actually gently erase that pencil line now. I'm just using the Mono Sand Eraser. Because I think I have a good idea of where it needs to be. Let's see if this is a bad eraser. Yeah, I don't want to use that. I'll use the Mono Sand Eraser. I don't even think you're going to see it, though, if I nail it. So I think I'll just nail it. How's that? I'll just nail it right where it needs to be. Okay. Let's take these off. There's a lot. So much pressure to nail this right with all these sticky things. I can't hear any of the sound effects that Tom uses, so you guys are privy to that. I am not. I think I got them all. Let me do one more. And one more. I need headphones. I want to hear what you guys hear. I know that sometimes there's a horse. Right in here. I can go back in with an eraser if I really need to. I might need to on this side. I'll go in with the Mono Sand Eraser and get rid of that. There we go. Excuse my head if it got in the way there. Okay, so there we go. They're looking out. Now I feel like I'd like to stamp down in here and put the greeting right in here. I wonder if my Misty can make it. Let's try it. What do we have to lose? And don't worry. I mean, I know what we have to lose. It could be bad if it won't squeeze down there. But if it doesn't, I'll just die cut one. So let's see. I think something smaller like Miss You a Latte or Have You Been? Life is Better with Friends. It would fit there. Let me see the one that I die cut and see how that looks. The one that I lost. Here it is. What do you guys think of that? Is that... See, I feel like that's like a really big greeting. I feel like that might be too big. But maybe it wouldn't be too big if I did it with, you know, without the die cut. Life is Better with Friends. Why not use your die cut? Well, that's what I'm looking at here. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll even pop it up so that that's popped up too. Okay, we'll do that. Here's what it would look like popped up. A lot of dimension in this card. Yeah, I like it. Okay. We'll do it.
What if you put some of it outside the border?
I don't know.
That pushing it from the dead space already?
Yeah, I don't know if I would like that. I don't think it's big enough, you know what I mean? Like it would just look unfinished if it was sticking out over here.
Just a tiny bit up top.
Up top?
No, never mind.
Back in the dead space. I love that you don't give up, though, Tom. You always try.
The wrong and winding road. Wrong John Silver.
Okay, so there we go. Life is Better with Friends. Does that look straight? It doesn't really look straight, but it's perfectly straight. And it might just be the way the cloud is, but I think it looks pretty good. I could pull it and change. Ooh, there we go. I feel like it wants to go a little bit more that way. That looks the same. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do a background black piece like this to finish that off, because you know I always have to have a little bit of black underneath the back. Okay. And I'm going to take this file here, because this is just a little unclean, that edge. And then make sure that's clean. Now we could do even a bigger background, but I think that's going to do it. That's going to be a nice little edge. Okay. Sometimes you don't know when to stop, you know? You think, okay, does it need embellishments now? Does it need this? Does it need that? But I don't know. I'm going to get right over this, so excuse my hair. Getting my hair done tonight. I'm so excited. There we go. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. And now we need to pick a card base color. So let's take a look at sea glass, because that would be nice and chilly for the winter. That's really pretty. I like that. It's a little different than that. Let's take a look at Tranquil Teal, just because sometimes if you don't have the exact match, you just go like way the other way where it's not close at all, but it complements. So that would be kind of nice too. That actually, I feel like that pulls out that sweater background a little bit more. And I don't want to do red because we've got a lot of red going on in this guy here. So let's go ahead and use the Tranquil Teal on this one. Find my paper cutter in the mess. Let me just push some stuff out of the way. Okay, so we're going to cut this at 5.5. There we go. And we're going to score it at 4¼ inches. So I have to say, my coloring does not look as good as Kathy's, but it is better than horrible. And since that's the standard, I feel pretty good about it. I feel like it looked better up against a white piece here. You'd be able to see the whole feel of it more. There we go. Let's get a little tape back here. And line that up. Okay. Now, do we need any embellishments, or can we leave it just like it is? You know, I feel like maybe we shouldn't mess with it. The clouds look a little bit deeper in real life than they do on the screen. The screen is just a hair bright. Could be this piece here, but and I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. I don't think it needs anything else. This would make a cute shaker card. So if you wanted to convert this to a shaker and put acetate on the front, it definitely would work really well. And we could put like a few little sequins in here, almost make it look like it's snowing a little bit. But I think I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm just gonna leave it. And I love that sweater background. I think that just gives it that little bit of texture that it needed. You know, and if we really wanted to be creative with it, we could have always added the llama in on the side and moved him over a little bit, and the llama could have been on the outside, and we could have had a trio. So there's lots of different things that you can do with this card. So when you get your kit, just give this layout a try. It is nice because it's got that dimension, you know. You can see that heart is raised and that everything is kind of inside there. So very fun. Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll just leave it like that. All right. Well, Tom.
Yes.
I got my step stool over here that's holding my die cutting machine. We have to give away a gift card.
All right.
All right. So let's give away a gift card to one lucky commenter from the crowd today.
Here goes a drum roll, please.
All right.
Woo! Okay, winner of the gift card today is Allison Neet. Allison Neet.
Allison Allison, congratulations. All you have to do is send your name and email address to info@ginakdesigns.com and they will email you your digital gift card. All right, everybody. Well, this was so much fun. I hope you guys had fun. Tom and I will be back next Tuesday night with another Stampin' Chat Live, so we hope you'll join us then. And don't forget, our new kit and all of our new products are available in our store at GinaKDesigns.com. Click on the What's New category and you'll see everything. A few of the things have sold out. The kit, I think, is still available, but it is getting limited. So if there's something that's sold out, just put yourself on the Notify Me list. Everything has been reordered that's out of stock right now, and as soon as it comes back in, you'll get an email telling you that it's back in. All right, everybody, we'll see you on Tuesday night, and in the meantime, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.